They mocked her, a trembling human girl, barely 8 years old, standing in the grand hall of the Orion Council. Around her, beings from 100 worlds sneered, their laughter echoing like thunder. "A child?" one hissed. "Earth sends this?" another jeered. But then, she opened her mouth. Her voice, soft yet resonant, spoke a word that hadn't been heard in over 10,000 galactic years. The true name of their forbidden god-beast. And suddenly the laughter stopped. Even the stars seemed to hold their breath. If that gave you chills, you're in the right place. This isn't just another sci-fi story. It's humanity's legend told in a way you've never heard before. So, before we dive deeper into what that little girl unleashed upon the galaxy, hit that like, subscribe, and tap the bell icon. Because what happens next will redefine what aliens truly fear. They said no one from Earth should have been there. The Orion Council's chamber gleamed with cold starlight, walls humming with alien energy. Beings of every color, every texture filled the seats. Scaled, feathered, translucent, mechanical. Yet in the center stood a human child, small and silent, with eyes too calm for her age. Her name was Lyra. Barefoot, dressed in a simple gray uniform, she looked lost amid the titans of the galaxy. Some whispered that humanity had gone mad, sending a child instead of an ambassador. Others laughed openly. The Valari delegate flared its wings. "Is this their offering? A toy?" But the council's prime seer leaned forward, trembling slightly. "Why does she wear the seal of the ancients?" That stopped the room cold. The small emblem on Lyra's chest, a spiral within a circle, pulsed faintly as if responding to the question. Even the translators glitched, repeating the word ancients in tones of static. Lyra didn't speak. She only raised her gaze, slow and deliberate, toward the carved image above the council dais, a massive creature etched in shadow and flame. Her lips parted slightly, but no sound came yet. The silence broke like glass. One alien, a crystalline envoy from the Andrax cluster, let out a harsh, metallic laugh. Then another joined, and another. Soon the chamber roared with laughter. "A child from Earth," one mocked, voice dripping with static. "Did the humans run out of warriors?" "She probably doesn't even understand our tongue," hissed a scaled diplomat, its tail flicking against the marble floor. But Lyra did understand. She stood motionless, eyes fixed on the image of the beast carved into the council wall. Its eyes like twin suns, its teeth like stars dying in fire. Her fingers twitched once like she was tracing invisible symbols in the air. The prime seer noticed. He opened his mouth to warn the others, but stopped. The lights above flickered, dimming for a second too long. The hall's temperature dropped. Every translator implant in the room glitched again, whispering fragments in forgotten dialects, and then Lyra smiled, not with pride, not with malice, but something older, something that made even the bravest warriors stop laughing mid-breath. Why is she smiling?" someone whispered, because deep inside the walls, something ancient had begun to stir. The hall trembled, softly at first, like a heartbeat beneath the floor. The laughter died completely. Every being, no matter their species, felt it. A low, rhythmic pulse echoing through the air, ancient, deliberate, alive. Lyra tilted her head, her small fingers still tracing invisible patterns in the air. The prime seer fell to his knees. "It can't be," he whispered. "That rhythm, it's the summoner's cadence." The others scoffed nervously, but their voices shook. "The summoner is a myth," one shouted. "Then why do the walls remember her?" the seer replied, voice trembling. And then Lyra spoke, just one word. It wasn't a word of any known tongue. It was older, deeper, resonating like thunder beneath the skin. Every translator implant failed. Every being heard it in their own mind. The same word, The same voice, the same truth. The carved beast on the wall, the god beast they called Rethkar, the devourer of suns, glowed. Its stone eyes ignited with molten light. Aliens screamed, falling back in terror. The prime seer wept. Lyra's voice, small but unshaken, whispered again, "Wake up!" And the god beast obeyed. The chamber split apart with light. Walls rippled as if reality itself bent under the weight of the awakening. A sound, deep, cosmic, older than galaxies, tore through the air. The god-beast Rethkar rose not from stone, but from memory, matter and myth intertwined. Beings that had ruled stars cowered like frightened children. The shimmering Andrax envoy shattered into crystal dust. The Valari delegates screamed prayers to its 1,000 gods. Only Lyra stood unmoving, her hair lifted by the unseen wind of creation. The prime seer cried out, "She bears the mark, the bloodline of the first summoner." It made sense now, the seal, the rhythm, the word. Humanity hadn't sent a child out of weakness. They'd sent the only one the beast would obey. The god-beast bowed its head toward her, a gesture unseen since the dawn of the council itself. The very air rippled with submission. Lyra placed her hand on its glowing muzzle, her voice calm. "You were forgotten," she whispered, "but we remember." Outside, entire moons trembled as the beast's presence spread across space, echoing a single truth. Humanity had not come to beg. They had come to reclaim. When the light faded, the chamber was silent. The alien delegates, once proud rulers of their sectors, knelt before the small human girl. The god-beast, vast and radiant, lingered like a constellation come alive, its eyes reflecting 1,000 dying suns. Lyra turned slowly, facing the council. Her voice, calm and steady, echoed across every translator implant and broadcast channel. "You mocked my kind," she said softly. "You called us fragile, primitive, small. Yet it was humanity who first spoke your gods into being." The prime seer could only bow his head. "We forgot. We thought the summoners extinct." Lyra smiled faintly. "We were never gone. Just waiting." Outside, fleets halted mid-orbit. Across a dozen galaxies, the ancient sigils of the summoners reappeared, carved into old ruins, written in the stars themselves. And as Rethkar vanished into the void, leaving only a ripple of starlight, one truth echoed across the cosmos. Humans were not the youngest of races. They were the oldest memory, the whisper behind every myth, the voice every god-beast once answered to. From that day on, the galaxy stopped laughing, because when a human speaks, even gods listen.